Dear viewers, welcome to the course Data Structures and Applications. This is session 2 of module 3. Myself Satisha MS, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Canara Engineering College, Bantwal, Mangalore. In this session, we are going to discuss some of the additional operations that can be performed on singly linked list. First one is inverting or reversing a singly linked list, concatenating two singly linked list, and under the searching operation we are going to see how to search a element from a unsorted linked list and how to search a element from the sorted linked list. That means what is the procedure to search an key element or a given element from the unsorted linked list and procedure to search an element from the sorted linked list. In the previous session, that is session 1 of module 3, we have seen the node structure of a single linked list. With respect to the node structure, what you have studied in the previous section, we have a data field which is able to hold 4 characters. Here we are having a data field of type character which can be able to hold only one character. Okay. So, we will see the node structure. So, with this structure definition, if you use this structure definition to create a node of a linked list, it is going to create a node like this. It will create this structure definition with a malloc function, will create a node with the two fields. Name of the first field is data, name of the first field is data, and name of the second field is link, name of the second field is link. The first field, that is data field, is capable of holding a character and the link field is capable of holding a address of a next node of a same type, Inverting or reversing a single linked list, this is very important both in point of examination as well as placement point of view. This is very important. So, we will see how this code works with respect to reversing a single linked list by taking one simple example. Let us assume that this is the existing linked list in the memory, list with 3 nodes, and you know that the last node of a linked list can be identified by looking at the value in its link field. The link field of a last node holds the value null. The link field of the last node always holds the value null, and you know these nodes are created dynamically. So, therefore, you need to have a name for this first node. So, usually the variable first is pointed to a first node of a list. Here instead of first, the author has used a variable called as lead. Lead is a variable is pointing to the leading node or first node of the linked list. So, here the value, let us assume that the value in the first node is 10, value in the second node is 20, value in the third node is 30. This is the given linked list. After reversing, the node with the value 30 should come first, then 20 and 10 goes to the last position in the list. So, lead is the address of a first node or address of a leading node, it is pointing to the first node here. Lead is the leading node, and I am using two extra variable called as middle and a trial. Initially, the value of a variable middle is null. Initially, I will store a value null to a variable middle. Let us assume that this node is not present. That means linked list is not present in the memory. Then the value of lead is null. Then it will return null. No question of reversing a linked list if there is no node in the memory. If there is a node in a memory, then you have to reverse by using this code. So middle is equal to null initially, while of lead is the base address of this node, So therefore this will be evaluated as true. Then I will take a variable called as trial is equal to middle. Now trial the value null goes to trial. Middle is equal to lead means the variable middle also pointing to this node now. Then lead is equal to lead of link, lead goes to the next node, and middle of link is equal to trial. Now lead is removed from here. So middle of link means first one, middle of link means this field. So here we are storing the value that is stored in the variable trial. Now at this point of time we have a null value in the variable trial. I have stored a null value here because this node becomes the last node after reversing. So the link will be, this link will be removed. Now since it's a while loop, it goes back to the uh, 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 beginning of the loop, while of lead. So lead is pointing to this node, it holding the address of this node. So again it will be evaluated as true. Then trial is equal to middle. Now trial comes to this node. Now trial comes to this node, trial is equal to middle. Then middle is equal to lead. So middle will be removed from this node, then it pointing to the next node where the variable lead is pointing to this node. Then lead is equal to lead of link, lead goes to the next node, it will be removed from here. Then middle of link is equal to trial, middle of link means this one. To this field we are storing the address of trial, means this one. So therefore this link field is pointing to the previous node, this link is removed. Now this link is removed. So since it is a while loop, again it goes back to here, while of lead is evaluated as true, trial is equal to middle, trial will be removed from this, then it is pointing to here. Now trial is pointing to this node, middle node, trial is equal to middle is equal to lead. So middle will be removed from this node and it's pointing to here, pointing to this node. Lead is equal to lead of link. By this time the value of lead becomes null. Lead is equal to lead of link means the link field of a node where the lead is pointing to is null. So lead becomes null. Middle of link is equal to trial. So middle of link is equal to trial means its previous node. We have removed a null value from this and it is pointing to here, it's pointing to here. Then it goes back to this one. So while of lead value is null, it will be evaluated as false. Return middle, it will return middle value as the address of a starting node. Now after reversing, this is the starting node, this is the second node, and this becomes the last node. So if you access this linked list, you will get 31st, then 20, then 10. So this is how we can reverse a linked list by using this code. Concatenating singly linked list means how to append a one single linked list to another single linked list. That means merging two linked list pointed by PTR1 and PTR2. PTR1 is pointing to the first single linked list and PTR2 is pointing to the second linked list. Let us take one simple example with three nodes. This is the first single linked list with the three nodes. So here this link field is pointing to the next node, this link field is pointing to the next node, and link field of the last node is null, and this is pointed by PTR1. Then the next one is again contains three nodes, and the link field of a last node holds the value null, and this is pointed by PTR2. First node of the next list, is pointed by PTR2. Now I wanted to append this. So that means there are two nodes, you have to make this as a single list. That means you have to store the address of this one to the link field of the last node of the first single linked list. So we will see how this will work. List pointer temp. So if not of PTR, that means if the first uh, list is not present, then PTR is pointing to null, then PTR2 itself is the concatenated list. PTR2 is the second list, is the concatenated list. If PTR2 is not present, PTR2 is not present, then PTR1 itself is the concatenated list. So if both the lists are present, if that is first list as well as the second list both are present, then you store the address of a starting address of the first list or address of the second list at the end of the first list. That means last node link field should get the second node first second list first node address in its link field. So for that you have to identify the last node from the first linked list, last node from the first linked list. How to identify the last node? This is the last node. How to identify this node? To identify this node, you have to traverse the first list from beginning to the end. For that we are using a for loop. For temp is equal to ptr1 means I will take one temporary variable and I will make temp pointing to the first node. Then temp of link, that means I will check the link field of the temp node. So if it is null, then it will be evaluated as false, then it will comes out. If it is not null, it will be evaluated as true. For loop is evaluated as true, then temp of since we put a semicolon here, it goes to the next statement. Temp is equal to temp of link, then temp comes to here, temp comes to here, again it will check the condition, again it is evaluated as true, temp will move to the next node, temp is equal to temp of link, so temp comes to here. And then now after you reach the last node, temp of link is evaluated as false because the link field of a temp node is null. This is evaluated as false, it will comes out. Then temp of link is equal to ptr2, that means link field of the temp holds the value of ptr2. ptr2 is holding the address of the first node of the second list. So this null value is removed and we have stored a starting address of a second list, then it's pointing to here. So this is how we can concatenate two lists using this code. Next operation that can be performed on singly linked list is searching. So here we are searching an element from the singly linked list. For this there are two different procedures. One is to search an element from the sorted linked list and search an element from the unsorted linked list. Searching an element from the unsorted linked list is somewhat different from searching an element from sorted linked list. We will see how to search an element from the unsorted linked list. That means elements of the linked list are in unsorted form. So name of the algorithm is search. It will take this many parameters. First parameter is info. Info means data field. Link means the next field. You know, the node of a single linked list consists of two fields, data and link. So here data field in this algorithm they are calling data field as info field, link field. Then start means it's like a first, that means the variable start is a pointer variable, is pointing to the first node of the list. Then item is the key element to be searched, and LOC is the variable which returns the location of the node which contains the key element. If the key element is not present, then it will return a value null. If the key element is present, then this function will return the address of the node which contains the key element. So this is a list, is a linked list in a memory. This algorithm finds the location of LOC of a node where item first appear in the list, or set LOC is equal to null. So that means if there are two node contains the same element, or if the more than one node contains the key element, then it will return the address of the first node or address of the node which contains the element first. That means in the order, if the node which comes first, which contains the element, that address will be returned. So let us take one simple example with a linked list with a 4 node, linked list with a 4 node. Let us assume that this is the existing linked list in a memory which consists of 4 nodes in it, and the link field of the last node is always holds the value null, and here the variable start is pointing to the first node, and let us assume that the elements are 10, 20, 30 and 40. These are the elements which are present in the memory. The link field of this node is pointing to 20, link field of 20 is pointing to 30, link field of 30 is pointing to 40, and link field of 40 contains null because this is the last node. Then I will take one more variable called as PTR. PTR is pointing to start, means it's pointing to the first node. Okay. Let us assume that the item is 30. Assume that the item you need to be search is 30. I wanted to search an element 30 from the list. So PTR is equal to start means PTR is pointing to the first node. Repeat step 3 while PTR not equal to null. So in our case PTR is not null because it is holding an address of a node which contains an element 10. So it will compare the item with the PTR of info. Info means this one. So item is 30. In our case item is 30. Item is 30 and PTR of info is 10. 30 equal to 10 condition is not true. So therefore it goes to the else part and it will send the PTR to the next node. So PTR will be removed from this. PTR is equal to PTR of link means PTR goes to the next node. It comes to this node, and it goes back to here. It's a while loop. Goes back to here. PTR not equal to null. Condition is true. Item is equal to PTR of info. So item is 30. PTR of info is 20. Again the condition is evaluated as false. It goes to the else part. Then PTR is equal to PTR of link. Then PTR will be removed from this. It goes to the next node. PTR goes to the next node. So again PTR not equal to null. Condition is true. So item is equal to PTR of info. Yes, in our case the condition is true. It will set location value is equal to PTR. PTR holds the address of this. That value goes to the variable LOC, and then the function will be terminated. This is with respect to the example where you have a key element in the given linked list. Now let us assume that the key element is 50. Key element is 50 which is not present in this list, and we will see how this code works for the key element which is not present in the linked list. PTR is equal to start. So PTR is pointing to the first node now. So now while PTR not equal to null, yes the condition is true because it is pointing to the first node. Item is equal to PTR of info. Item is 50. PTR of info is 10. Condition is not true. PTR is equal to PTR of link. It goes to the node which contains an element 20. Again PTR not equal to null. Condition is true. PTR of info is 20 and item is 50. Both are not equal. So it goes to the else part. PTR is equal to PTR of link. Now PTR comes to the node which contains an element 30. So now again PTR not equal to null. Condition is true. Item is 50. PTR of info is 30. 50 is equal to 30. Condition is false. Then goes to the else part. PTR is equal to PTR of link. Now PTR comes to the node where you have an element 40. So again PTR not equal to null. Yes, the condition is true. PTR is the address of the node which contains an element 40. So it will be evaluated as true. Then item is 50 is equal to PTR of info, that is 40. Again condition is evaluated as false. It goes to the else part. PTR is equal to PTR of link. Now the value of PTR becomes null. Value of PTR becomes null. And it goes to here PTR not equal to null. This statement is evaluated as false, it goes to the step number 4 and it will set the location value null. So on successful search, if the search is successful, then it will return the address of the node which contains the key element, otherwise it will return a value null indicating that search is unsuccessful. Now we'll see how to search an element which is already in a sorted order. So searching an element from a sorted linked list is bit different than searching an element from the unsorted linked list. So name of the function is srch sl, search sorted list. Searching in a sorted list, it will take a info, that is it will take this parameter. Info means data field or information field, link means next field or a pointer which holds the address of the next node. Start means start is pointing to the starting node of the list, it's like a first. Then item is the key element to be searched. LOC is the pointer variable which is going to receive a value of a address of a node which contains the key element if the search is successful, otherwise the value of a variable LOC is null. So to understand the code, let us take one simple example. Linked list with 4 nodes, the elements are in sorted order. So link field of the last node holds the value null and the variable start is pointing to the starting node. So here the elements are 10, 20, 30 and 40, 10, 20, 30 and 40. So PTR is equal to start. So PTR is equal to start means PTR is pointing to the first node. So PTR not equal to null as the condition is true. Let us assume that the item I need to search is say 5. So item is greater than PTR of info, the condition is true. So item is greater than PTR of info, the condition is not true. So it goes to the else part and it will check whether it is equal. Again it will be evaluated as false. Again it goes to the else part and it will set LOC is equal to null. No need of comparing the key element with the remaining elements of the linked list because the list is already in a sorted order. If the key element is less than the first element, then there is no question of searching an element in the remaining nodes of the list. If it is not a sorted list, then you have to compare with the remaining node. There is a possibility of having this key element in the remaining node of the list. But since you know that the elements in a linked list are in sorted order, if this is less than this means there is no possibility of having a key element in the rest of the node in the list. So therefore it will return a null value. Say for example, if the key element is 20, assume that the key element is 20. So by that time again it will start from the first node. PTR is equal to start, PTR is pointing to the first node. Then PTR not equal to null as the condition is true. Then item is 20 is greater than 10, yes, condition is true. Then there may be a possibility of having a key element in the next node. So PTR comes to the next node, PTR goes to the next node. So and again it goes back to here, set PTR is equal to PTR of link, then it goes back to here, again PTR not equal to null, condition is true, item is 20, PTR of info is also 20, 20 greater than 20, condition is evaluated as false, it goes to the else part and item is equal to PTR of info, condition is true, then set LOC is equal to PTR. So LOC, the variable LOC receives the value of PTR. PTR means address of the node which contains the element 20. that will be returned. Function will be terminated and it will return the value or address of a node, base address of a node or address of a node which contains the value 20. This is another example. Let us assume that the key element is 60, item is 60, and we will see how this code will work. So ptr is equal to start, ptr comes to the first node, ptr not equal to null as the condition is true, item is 60 greater than ptr of info, yes the condition is true, then ptr goes to the next node, ptr comes to the second node, and again ptr not equal to null condition is true, item greater than ptr of info, yes item is 60, ptr of info is 20, 60 greater than 20 condition is true, we move the ptr to the next node, that means the node which contains the value 30. So ptr not equal to null, of course ptr is the address of a node which contains the value 30, it's not null. So item is 60, 60 greater than 30, condition is true, ptr is equal to ptr of link, ptr goes to the next node. So ptr not equal to null, yes condition is true, 60 greater than 40, again condition is true, set ptr is equal to ptr of link, ptr goes to the next node, ptr goes to the next node. Now ptr becomes null, ptr of link is null, so the variable ptr receives the value null, ptr not equal to null, yes the condition is evaluated as true, then it will it will evaluated as false, this while loop is evaluated as false, it will comes out from the while loop and it goes to the step number 4 and it will set the location value null, LOC is equal to null, indicating that the key element is not present in the list, key element is not present in the list. So this is how you can search a key element from the sorted linked list. Contents of this presentation is from these two textbooks. Okay, thank you one and all.